Hey, I am Kelly from Kelly Harris Creative. We're going to wait just a second and see if anybody jumps on. And I'm going to make sure I'm recording. So, all right, you guys. I'm Kelly from Kelly Harris Creative. And if you guys are joining live, say hi in the comments. If you're catching the replay, type replay and I'll circle back and say hi later, all right? So today I am pulling back the curtain. I'm moving some things around so I can see my notes. I'm pulling back the curtain on what I'm doing right now to make August easier and ultimately more profitable. If August tends to sneak up on you like it does me and leave you scrambling, you're not alone. Because if you're like me, lines tend to blur at the end of July and we hit August running for back to school. So, what I'm going to say is a little intention now, right this today, is going to go a long way later. I'm going to share 3 behind the scenes moves that I'm making this week so we can head into August with more clarity, consistency, and ultimately income. And you guys are welcome to borrow what works for you. All right, there was a time when I'd hit August already behind. Summer would blur by, it would go so fast. And by July 1st, I was dreading that it was almost back to school season. School would start, and suddenly I was trying to launch something, write consistent emails, post on social media, have everything totally together, and I was totally reactive and over the top exhausted. And the school year had just started. This year, I am going to do things differently. So we've recently moved, or we will be moving into a rent house. Right now, we are actually staying at a Verbo, so we know that this move is pending. And I've got 4 kids in totally different stages of life. I have a high school sophomore, I have a 7th grader, I have an elementary school first grader, and I have toddler, we call him Tiny Destroyer for a reason, because he'll be 2 in October. And I also have a business that is entering a new chapter of life. So I'm going to give you and future me a gift. We're going to make some simple, intentional prep and some steps right now to create more ease later so that future Kelly really appreciates what we are doing. So the 3 things that I'm doing for August, let's dive into those 3 things. Feel free to borrow, tweak, or totally steal whatever works for your business, your life. The first thing is I'm mapping out my August email calendar. In fact, today I actually started enrolling the kids into things that I know that they're going to be doing. So we started enrolling dance, we've enrolled in a homeschool PE, and as I get those things, I am putting them on the calendar. They are taking up space, they are getting their own spot on my calendar with a little bit of buffer room on both sides because I know that me, mom, is going to have to take the kids to and from and all the places in between. So I've got to have a little bit of buffer room on either side. For my email calendar, I actually, about 2 weeks ago, sat down and wrote out my themes for the rest of quarter 3. So that you're in July, so that's the beginning of quarter 3. And so if you have a few minutes, maybe even if it's 5 or 10 minutes, map out one monthly theme and break it into 4 monthly focuses. So for me, August is already broken up and it's already written and ready to be scheduled to go out. Think about the gifts that you can give yourself. What are those little things that you can do right now before you're in the thick of it to just help future you out? I'm also aligning email topics with offers that I have, lives that I have, and social media posts so that there's consistency across the board. And then once I have it done, it's literally a grab and go type of situation. Grab, go, drop. And so that me or my VA can grab it, move it, go. Another thing I'm doing in August is I'm going to reoffer and put out again a proven opt-in, a proven offer. Instead of building something new, I'm actually resharing my Story First workbook. That is my theme for August, I already know that I'm going to have 4 kids going 4 different places, plus dance, plus Cub Scouts, plus Boy Scouts, plus family. And we already know that August is going to be really hard because my mom's birthday was August 30th, and this is the first year without her. So we already know that those things are on the calendar, and that those are potential things that we're going to have to deal with. So I'm going to plug it into a couple of emails, post it on social, this proven opt-in, and drop it into a nurture sequence. And that's going to give it some fresh momentum without me having to constantly create new things from scratch and from start. Here's the thing, guys. Do what works. If you have an offer or an opt-in that is working really well, re-offer it, reinvigorate it, tweak it a little bit, make it better. This is really, sorry, my eye is itching. This is really, really easy stuff. It's just a question of how do you promote it? How do you continue to give it that fresh momentum and continue to let what's already going build? And then the third thing that I am doing is blocking a soft promo uh, window. I want to say window for my offers. And the reason I'm doing that is I'm sketching those things out and overlaying things on top of each other so that I'm not trying to hit the ground running and figure it out and hope that everything works out. I'm one of the things that if there's something that has come out of this year, it is being incredibly intentional about my life, about what I want to do. And it is incredibly important as a mom, as a business owner, as a wife, as a friend, as all of those things, to look at my space, look at my calendar, and ask myself, what am I being intentional about? What are the have to do's? What are the would really like to do? And what are the must do's? And what are the things that are on your calendar that feel like an obligation? And if it feels like an obligation, my question to you is going to be, can you outsource it? Can you delegate it? Can you get someone else to help you out with what is happening? Because the more you can be intentional about what you're choosing to do with your time, the more you are going to be giving your future self a gift. And I think it's really important because right now we are halfway through July, which I think is insane. It's insane. We're halfway through July. You have 2 weeks and 1 day, 2 days, because August 31st or July 31st to be ready, for July or to be ready for August. And what I just find fascinating is even if you just give yourself half an hour to plan and start to be very intentional about what you're filling your calendar up with, I think you will find that it's really, really helpful. So, some action steps. What you can do today, what you can do this week. Pick out what your August theme is if you're a business owner. Is it a mindset, a topic, content focus? What is supporting what your offer is going to be? And then what is one freebie, one offer to spotlight? What is one promo window that you can already go ahead and put in for the next month? And if you're just a mom, I'm going to challenge you to kind of have some action steps as well. What are the things that you really want to do with your kids between now and school starting? What are the must-dos? We got to go school supply shopping. We got to get new shoes. We got to have new clothes or uniforms or whatever. And then that third thing is, what is one thing that you can do with your kids to make this summer incredible? What is one thing that you can do to make that memory? Even if you've had, dare I say, one of the worst summers that we've ever had at our house, we are still trying to be very intentional in moving forward into August and in moving forward into the rest of the year to make sure that we are creating the memories that our kids need, because those are the memories that, those are the things they'll remember. And especially in the time of massive chaos, which is my life right now, we're trying to be very intentional about all the things. And so those are things that I would challenge you to do. We're not making big, huge moves. We're being intentional. So ease and profit aren't opposites, guys. When you prep with purpose, you're freeing up your capacity, and that creates both momentum and money. If my toddler can destroy a room in 30 seconds, I can definitely block off 30 minutes to move something forward in my life and my business. Focus, action matters, even if it's small, small things. So drop a comment. What's one thing that you're going to do now to make August easier or more profitable for you? Or tell me the 3 moves you're planning to try. And then I will send over a quick tip or resource that's going to help you make it happen. Ultimately, guys, we weren't meant to do life alone. You don't have to do it all. You just have to take the next right step. And speaking of next right steps, I want to let you in on something I have been quietly working on behind the scenes. I've mentioned it once or twice in passing, but today is the day that I actually get to give you a little bit more context. I'm so actually super excited about it, if you can't tell. I'm writing a book. It's called The Stories That Build Us, a field guide for connection, clarity, and confidence in life and business. And it is part field guide, part collection of the lessons behind the emails that I've sent in the last 2 years, and some of the ones that I didn't send. And I'm not rushing it. I'm building it with heart. But if you want sneak peeks, you want behind the scenes updates, you want launch bonuses, or even early access, there's a comment pinned for you to join the book waitlist. And you'll notice that so far we don't have the cover fully designed, because right now I have about 6 to 8 designs. And once we have decided what 4 designs we kind of like, we are going to open it up to this community to pick the book cover. This book is for entrepreneurs like you guys, people who want their marketing to mean something. And I'd love, love, love to have you along for the ride. It's going to be absolutely incredible. So, all of that to say, if this helped you and you feel more ready for August, like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you're doing to move yourself forward. So what one thing that you're doing that future you is going to thank you for next month. You guys have got this. And I'm going to tell you right now, future you is so, so grateful. Until next time, friends, I'll talk to you soon. Bye, y'all.